Welcome to the Endless Honeymoon Podcast. I'm your host, Natasha Leggero.
And I am her assistant, Moshe Kasher, and I have a big announcement to make. I've been the co-host of this podcast and the assistant here for a long time, but Natasha and I had a development in our relationship, and we've moved out of just doing this podcast together into a romantic relationship. It's crazy. And I know our listeners have probably saw this coming, but yeah, we're together and we're proud.
Yeah, it's been a great life.
It has been a great life.
I'm actually really glad that we've had this podcast for the pandemic.
Yeah, is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me why.
Because it gave me something to kind of like dress up for and like take off my robe for.
Totally.
And connect to people and see what's going on.
Although I will point out that you've worn your robe multiple times during the taping of this podcast.
But a lot of times I took it off.
Yeah, you often did.
And then, it was just like something, it was stimulating.
Yeah, I totally agree. In fact, tonight I was thinking, I shaved tonight and I thought like I'm gussying myself up for this thing and that's important. It used to be sets. That's what used to do it for me is I would put on a really nice outfit. I'd put on cologne. I'd shave. I'd get ready to go out and do a show. And then I just didn't have that. So at least we have this. And I'm grateful for it. And you know what else I'm grateful for? Actually, it ties us into our guest we have to get to because we're running a little late for him anyway, is that it's given us this opportunity to again and again connect with our old friends and peers and comedians that we used to see at the clubs all the time.
Yeah.
And now we don't get to see them at the clubs, although soon it feels like that's going to come back. We get to have these awesome guests, and tonight is no exception. We have a really special guest tonight. You know who he is. He's one of the biggest touring comedians in the world, multiple Netflix specials, EP'd awesome shows on Netflix, been in a bunch of movies. He is amazing.
I'm so excited to talk to him. Let's call Russell Peters.
Hi, kids.
Hey, I can't see you yet. What's up, dude? How are you?
You know why you can't see me? Because you couldn't see me.
Ah, look at you. You look so handsome.
Hi, Russell.
Hi, Natasha. Hi, Moshe. Look at you guys all married and family-ish.
I realized that you're one of the first people who gave us a present for our baby.
Was it a car seat?
It was.
Yes.
Was it a car
No,
seat?
it was a stroller.
Oh, stroller.
Oh, no.
Nice.
Yeah, it was definitely our first experience of like, oh, we're gonna have to start like having this kind of thing around.
We're gonna need stuff.
Yeah. You're going to need stuff that's outside of your normal wants and needs.
What's happening? You look like you're hanging out in the lobby of a luxury hotel. Is that your house?
Well, funny you should say, Moshe. I'm actually in Toronto and I'm on quarantine because I'm shooting something here. And it's really only a 3-day commitment, but it's actually a 20-day commitment because you got to do 14 days of quarantine. And then I had 3 extra days. So,
Right. In Hollywood, when your friends say, I'm on quarantine, it's either like, oh, congratulations, or oh my God, I'm so sorry. You've been exposed to the coronavirus. So this is good.
Yeah, no, I've been exposed to the Canadian government.
How have you handled being a parent during this period?
Well,
He just,
I've
he just said he's doing 20 days of quarantine. So there's your answer.
Wait, so Russell, you're in Canada. I know that you have a lot of experience with comedy. How are you feeling?
Why is there a question mark on that?
No, it felt very loaded, didn't it, Russell?
Well, I just feel like I haven't talked to Russell in like 2 years.
Yes.
I want to know. I want to check
Your
in.
baby's got to be what, 2.5?
She's 3.
She's 3.
3.
And the reason we were slightly late tonight, Russell, was because of the time difference between us. We knew we had to get you on right 11 your time and 8 our time, but our kid usually goes to bed at 8:30. So we were doing the hustle. We were like, Russell.
Why didn't you? You both know me. You could have just called me and said, "Hey, man, trying to put the kid to sleep. It's 11:30. Okay," I'm like, "That's fine."
Oh, we feel guilty making people on the East Coast wait, but we were hustling. We were like, we got Russell Peters. He's in the lobby. You don't understand. He's on the Zoom right now, honey. We gotta go. And we're like, okay, good night. Did like a super fast story, and then she started screaming, and Natasha went upstairs. And what did she say to you?
Oh, she was like, now that the coronavirus is over, that's good, but God doesn't like us anymore, right?
Well, I mean, it doesn't like either of you because between the two of you, between an Italian and a Jew, you guys basically killed Christ.
We killed
Um,
I killed Christ. Yeah, I guess we both have
no,
culpability in Christ.
you guys sold the hit to the Romans.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. The Italians were involved in that too. I thought you were going to say something like we killed Christ and they killed everybody in the Teamsters Union. So we have sort of dual culpability.
No, this was a good deal for both of you.
Yeah.
But also,
This podcast should be called Killing Christ.
That's a great pitch. I appreciate you doing it.
but also, I will say the smile that my daughter had as she looked at the sunset and said the coronavirus is over. It felt like she knew.
She had some inside information.
It felt real.
She should get in touch with Trudeau. Then you could get let the fuck out of quarantine.
Man, they check on you too.
Really?
No, yeah, our friend Sabrina Jalise is there, and she said she's got like like it's almost like a parole officer. Like they come for your walk and walk around the block with you.
Sabrina's the other host on the show that I'm doing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so
It's me,
so
Sabrina, and Trevor Wilson. We're the judges on Roast Battle Canada.
No, tell me about this chaperone. What do they check on?
do you have Val?
Oh, I don't have a chaperone. You don't know. It's like kind of like being a fighter and you're getting randomly drug tested. You don't know when they're going to show up. So make sure your piss is clean.
You can't have anybody come over and hang out, of course. So what
Nope.
are you doing?
Wait, you don't know when they're gonna show up?
You don't know. You don't know when they're going to call. You don't know when they're going to show up.
And what do you do all day?
Well, I'm from here, so I have a lot of friends. So they drop things off to me. And they gave me this really nice suite. Look, I got a pool table in my
Oh,
suite.
there you go.
Is there any fresh air?
Yeah, I have a balcony, but it's cold as dog shit out there. So I'm not going out there.
And you can't
then
walk
I've got-
around the block?
Nope. My friends dropped off turntables for me over there, though.
Oh, hell yeah. DJ for one.
That is so you meditating in a hotel suite with two turntables.
2 turntables and speakers. I'm good.
Cool. Russell, I want to ask you about. Well, I don't know. We can cut this out, okay? So I'll preface it with that.
You can ask me whatever you want.
Great.
Good.
Will you talk to us about? Because I love you as a friend and as a comedian, but my favorite memory of you is you explaining your relationship with feet. And I'm sure you've been asked this before.
I noticed that Natasha was not wearing shoes right now.
Oh, sorry. Is this like turning you on? I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry about that? It's great.
No, he's
Let
in
him breathe.
quarantine. This is like.
Are you kidding me?
This is like sending porn to a man in prison.
This is the most action I've had. This is great. Don't cut me off.
Wait,
Natasha.
I don't like where your eye line's going. I can see it kind of going down. You're not.
Listen, what are you guys?
I almost put my slippers on.
No,
I'm glad you did.
give this poor man a thrill. This is the host of Roast Battle Canada. And
I
he
feel
deserves
so
it.
vulnerable.
No, I'm not objectifying you. I was looking at Moshe's weird shoes.
You were even looking at my feet to see if there was anything fun there.
Oh, God. I've lost it. I've lost the
He
plot,
actually
guys.
matched his socks tonight, so
Wow.
Russell, is it true that in order for you to achieve orgasm, this is the part of our interaction that I have never been able to stop thinking about, is you having orgasms. You have to find a visual, so you're with a beautiful person, and no matter where you're at.
Can we specify the gender here?
Oh, you're with a beautiful female person. Yeah, I'm so sorry.
You don't have to be ambiguous with me, Moshe. I'm very straight.
You're with some fella, and no, you're with a beautiful woman. And when you're making love, you must find a visual angle on the foot in order to complete the mission.
Correct. If you like well, now I'm in a very committed relationship. But before, if the girl was like, "I want you to come right now," I'd be like, "All right." I'll just look down at them and I'm like, "Here we go."
Oh, that's so good. That is so.
Natasha's really trying to look like an amputee right now. Look at this. She's got them curled under, the curled under, ankles bent. She's like, don't you wish they were made out of Lego, Tash, and you could just rip them off and put them underneath the couch or something?
Get back to podcasting.
no, I think it's cute. Why not?
Well,
You're into it.
Well, it's cool because
Listen, you know what? I could start my own foot fetish podcast and call it a pedcast.
I love. There's something about it that is so fascinating to me because I just don't relate to it. But I think human sexuality is so interesting that, have you examined why you think psychologically why you like feet so much?
I think it's a detail thing. It's because I'm all about details, and it's kind of like, if that's not right, if what I can see is messed up, everything else I can't see is going to be even worse.
It's like an
You know what I mean?
it's like an
It's
emblem.
kind of like It's like a loan application.
Sure. If the credit score's
your
off,
credit, your feet or your credit,
Yeah.
your credit's bad. We're not going any further.
you don't need to keep looking through all of the assets. You're like, this person's fucked.
So like year 2
Yeah.
into the relationship, you don't need to always look at their feet to come.
No, but listen, okay, so I have a fiance now, and she's an amazing woman. And you've never heard me speak about my women this well before.
No,
I finally have my Natasha to Moshe. I finally have my Christina to Tom, Leanne to Bert. And my girl never smells like anything. I don't know if she's an alien or if she's made out of plastic or something, but literally no smell, no ass, no vagina, no armpit, no breath. I don't know if she's a robot. Feet, nothing. But I figured out, I made her wear these sneakers she has with no socks. And she was like, no, I don't want, and I go, let's do it. And then after a couple of times of wearing it, now they have a little hint of smell. And I'm like, ha, I won.
Oh, you like
a
smell. You like a bit
Not
of
a lot.
Smell. Yeah.
Not a lot, just a little hint to let you know, hey, I'm alive.
Yeah, interesting. You're a very carnal person.
You're very sensual, Russell.
Yeah.
I think I am. I might be.
I like that. It's like putting her in trainers and telling her to run up a mountain and being like, just come back when you got a little bit of a sheen of funk on you.
A little funk.
That's
A
interesting.
little funk.
For me with Natasha,
I don't want you to stink. I don't want you to stink. I want you to,
Sure.
remind me that you're like, I already think you're better than me, but can you come down to my level for a second?
I mean, it's interesting because with Natasha, I've never had to struggle with that because I don't know if you've been around Natasha, but it's straight up PU. I mean, every day it's, you know her reputation in the scene, right?
Oh man, there's a reason Dice hired her to be his wife.
Oh, Natasha, I'm sorry. Okay. I just got myself in.
No, I that's funny.
I don't know Natasha to smell at all.
No, I don't. I really don't smell.
You really don't, actually. I'm the smelliest person.
You don't really smell either, but I do think that the pandemic has like made us like do like bad habits in front of each other, and that's I'm kind of over talking about. I'm just getting over it.
Oh, but do you feel that way? I do think we've all become collectively a bit grosser in the pandemic because there's no one to impress.
Let me tell you something. Especially this, I've been locked down now for a week here. And I take my showers every day, and I do all my regular ablutions. But I wake up after I take a shower right before I go to bed. When I wake up in the morning, I'm like, did I fucking die in my sleep? Because I stink.
Yeah. What is it?
Like literally, I'm like, what the fuck is this? I slept. I didn't do anything. I was running in my sleep.
It is funny. We're doing less than we've ever done before, and yet we are all nastier, as if we've been working manual labor for a 12-hour day. There's something going on.
I'm disgusting.
Maybe there's like toxins in our body.
Right. It's
Must
stress stink. I like this idea. Russell, before we take a call or two, did you, as you found this woman that you have fallen so deeply in love with, did you have to do a foot check? Does that happen on the first date?
Funny enough, when I first saw her, this is about 8 months before we even started dating. I happened to see her in the mall one day.
You go to the mall?
And I was at Nordstrom's.
Okay.
This is like November 2019. I was at Nordstrom's, and I have a sales guy there, and he was saying hi to me. And I say, hey, man, what's up? And he had this pretty woman he was serving, and it was in the shoe department, and she had really pretty feet. And
you
I just
picked
happened to
her
look at her
up
feet.
in the shoe department, Russell?
No.
Oh, my God.
No, that's not how this went. Wait, you have to wait. This is not how the story goes, madam.
Okay.
That's what. Wait, Russell.
I
when you get serious, that's what accent comes out.
Yeah, the Indian accent just like, you have to wait.
Okay, so you saw her, perfect, beautiful woman.
I just thought she was cute, and I looked at her feet, and wow, she's got pretty feet. And I didn't meet her. She smiled at me. I smiled back, and then I left. Wasn't even introduced to her. And then our sales guy, after I left, said, hey, do you know who that was? And she's like, no, but he was cute. And he goes, no, that's Russell Peters. She goes, I don't know who that is. And then she remembered my name because her friend was my salesperson at Neiman's. And when I got to Neiman's, that salesperson was, hey, I heard you met my friend at Nordstrom. I go, ooh, my girlfriend. I go, I didn't meet anybody in Nordstrom. And she was like, my friend, she was sitting there with, and I go, oh, does she have really pretty feet? She goes, what? I don't know. And I go, I think she does. Anyway, long story short, I was in a relationship when I saw her, so I didn't think anything of it. I just, you can see a woman, we think she's attractive. And then, anyway, cut to July, I'm single this past July. And she came over with that with the Neiman Marcus lady and hung out. And then we just kind of kicked it and hung out. And then here we are, a year later almost. And ta-da.
And you made it through the pandemic. So you guys were kind of early in when the pandemic started. Maybe it accelerated your relationship a little bit, do you find?
I don't know that that's the case, but I was not looking to meet anybody when I met her. I wasn't, even when her friend was like, I'm bringing my friend over. So I don't want to meet your friend. I don't care about your friend. I don't want to meet anybody.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you got to find some love in the pandemic.
And you know what it is? She's age appropriate is what the thing is.
Well, oh, I like that.
She's 2 years younger than me. I mean, that's the closest I've ever come.
Hey, you know what, honey? Good job.
Yeah, no, that is good. We're all growing up a bit. I love that story too, because it's like the true romantic love of a rich, successful foot fetishist. It's like, there I was at Nordstrom's. My salesperson at Nordstrom's introduced me to a foot, but a year later, my Neiman's person came over to smoke a bong while I played some old school hip hop, and there she was once again.
And she brought the feet with her.
Yeah. No Legos. Russell. It's so good to see you. I miss seeing you.
Me too. I really haven't seen you guys in a very long time.
I know. I feel like we're all going to get together. You're not leaving LA, are you?
And now I would love to, but I can't. I got 2 baby mamas out there, so that's not going to happen.
That's right. So we'll all see each other again eventually on stage, I guess when that happens again. Have you done stand-up
live? You guys
live?
aren't leaving, are you?
No, we're not going anywhere. Have you done stand-up live yet?
In Phoenix?
Or
actual stand-up?
Yeah. Any stand-up comedy live in front of a human being.
Yeah, I've been gigging like crazy.
Oh, really?
Actually.
Where have you been?
Yeah. Texas, Florida, Georgia.
Oh, so you're going on the
Pennsylvania, New Jersey.
You're going on the anti-mask let your mask down tour. It's like everywhere they open up the COVID restrictions, you'll go to the club there.
Yeah, basically. And I tell you what, I get tested every single time I come back. Yeah. At least 2 or 3 times and nothing. I got nothing.
What are the shows like out there? What has it been like? Is there some difference between shows beforehand and shows now? Are they better? Are they worse? Are they weird?
Yeah, I'm afraid of the crowds.
Well, it depends on where you are, first of all. Like in Florida, when I was in Naples, like their socially distancing is 6 inches apart. That's the best they're getting. So I even said on stage, I said, I'm so glad the coronavirus hasn't found out about Florida yet.
Yeah, I guess in Naples before the pandemic, their social distancing was inside of each other. So this is
apparently it must have been a just giant daisy chain of people.
Are the crowds super grateful to see you like in a different way, or does it feel like regular?
The crowds are great right now.
Yeah. I've heard that
I did Utah. I did so many gigs already. Pennsylvania, there's this gig that I did about 2 weeks ago. And it was outside in it looked like a hay, like one of those makeshift tents, but it looks like ones that they store hay in. And have you done this gig?
No, I haven't done the hay tent in Pennsylvania yet.
Soul Joel's comedy tent or whatever it's fucking called. And you bring your own chair, your own food, your own drink, your own blankets. And they supply you with heat lamps and comedy.
That's pretty cool. We haven't done any comedy. We haven't done any. Well, we've done a Zoom show on New Year's. We did, and we've done this podcast. But I'm hitting the road again, like pretty much. I think this summer, and I'm nervous because this is the longest. I didn't do what you did. It's the longest I've gone without doing stand up my whole career. So I don't even know what it's going to be like to get back on stage.
I mean, you physically write your material, I'm assuming.
I guess I kind of am a write on stage kind of guy.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
And so when I got back on, that was a bit of a struggle because I didn't really have anything prepared. And now I'm back in the swing of it, so I'm feeling good about it all, But it'll honestly take you 2 shows and you'll be fine.
Right. I'm excited to do it again. Excited to see my peers again too, so it's good to see you. Do you want to do a call, Tosh?
Yeah, let's call someone. Let's let him impart some of this romantic wisdom onto.
I got some great romantic wisdom now.
Yeah, so we call people, they tell us their problems and you choose. You can either give them sincere advice or you can make fun of them. It's completely up to you.
Okay. I may give them a little combination.
There we go.
Okay, we're going to call Rhett in New York City.
All right. Why am I looking at a wall?
She moved the computer. Natasha's feet will be back in frame before you know it. There it is.
There it goes. Thank you.
I swear I wasn't trying to tease you tonight.
Oh, how are Natasha's feet from your observation?
I mean, there's no details on it right now, but I'm sure they're great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was told I had small ankles, and I think I have a good arch.
Yeah.
It looks like a good arch from here.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, you probably have a wiki feed page that you didn't even know you had.
No, I know I have it. I've seen it before. I've definitely been grossed out by it before.
I'm gonna go look at it after.
Well, you kind of you realize if you ever wear a sandal to a red carpet that all these guys are taking pictures of it.
Well, fetishes are.
Those are the high res pics too. You can zoom in on.
Yeah, that's what.
Not that I know.
I mean that fetishes are interesting, but foot fetish is kind of like the ultimate. It's the classic. It's the kind of looming large of all fetishes, and I don't know why it can't just be detailed. There's some deeper thing.
I think it's the least creepy. I would
Sure,
think.
I think so too in a way, right? Because it feels.
Remember we had to do that sexual story night for you and I?
Yes.
I forgot yours was like some weird one.
Hey, well, let's drop that and just move on.
I definitely like if a guy has nice feet.
Really? That's something for you too? But does it arouse you?
I prefer it.
Yeah, okay.
Probably not noticeably, but if they were bad, they would probably dry her up.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Rhett, you're with us. Rhett?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, behind a gigantic wall of DVDs, which lets us know you are a very prolific lover. Rhett, what do you feel about feet sexually? Do they do anything for you?
No, but I think it's cool that that's Tarantino's thing.
I'm a big fan of him because of it.
Not even his
Yeah.
You don't even like his films, right? Oh, by the way, that's Russell Peters. I'm Moshe. This is
Actually,
Natasha.
they're all right here.
Oh, those are
Every Tarantino.
There you go.
Anyway.
There you go.
Yes, we want to introduce our friend Russell Peters and
Hi, Russell. What's up?
Moshe,
What's up,
Natasha. What's going on? How can we help you?
Yeah, so
Are you wearing
I mean,
hold
it's
on,
kinda
I'm
crazy.
sorry to cut you off. Are you wearing a Scorsese t-shirt?
Yeah, with the
Listen to
Scorpions.
Scorpions font.
IFC. Yeah.
Okay. So I think we found your niche. Right, gotcha. So you're not so much into
Yeah.
feet as you are into like anime
Feature
Yeah, well,
films.
feature films. I like that. Okay, go ahead.
Features. Nice. Well played, right?
And so basically at the beginning of the lockdown, after a week, my boyfriend died of COVID.
Oh God, sorry.
And so it made me, so it's kind of like the atom bomb in the 50s. It just made everybody live the life that they want because they could almost die. Anyway, so basically, so I got on Grindr, met a guy, and we thought it would be cool if we just go to Vegas and get married by Elvis impersonator in a back alley.
Why in a back alley?
He kept calling it the Garden. And so I'm so excited to see the Garden. Oh, the Garden, right? Like what Elvis played. No, it was a back alley with fake grass on the wall. That's what he considered a garden.
Uh-huh.
Wait, was it the Little White Wedding Chapel?
Yeah.
I got married there.
No.
Oh, that's hilarious. Are you serious?
As a matter of fact, Rhett, on the wall of fame, like famous people, they put my name on there.
Amazing.
That is awesome. Okay.
And I had the Elvis impersonator too.
Yeah, this was meant.
Wait a minute. Wait, hold on a second. Natasha and I also got. This is going to sound like a bit. We reconfirmed our vows at the Little White Wedding Chapel with the Elvis impersonator as a part of a web series that we did.
Guys, this was meant to be.
This is pretty crazy. Yeah.
The universe put us together.
Yeah, Neil Hamburger married us.
Neil Hamburger and the Elvis impersonator was there playing the guitar.
Neil Hamburger?
It was a part of a web series that we did, and Neil Hamburger played the pastor. It doesn't matter.
Okay, so now that we've established we've all gotten married at the same church before, you were telling us your story, which began very sad. I'm so sorry that your boyfriend died.
Yeah, and I know, and I'm a big fan of this show, so this definitely cues Natasha's moment to be like, okay, but what's your question?
No, I don't want to know your question because what's a trip to me is that you're like, I'm really into feature films, and then your story plays like a fucking movie. You're like, my boyfriend died at the beginning of COVID. I met some random guy on Grindr, flew to Vegas. I got married in the very same place that my favorite comedian Russell Peters got married in. This is a beautiful film.
Yeah, and so it's crazy because maybe that's what I was trying to do, just live like a fantasy or something. I don't know.
Sure.
But it was just very, very bored and depressing during the lockdown. That's basically what I'm trying
Wait,
to
are
say.
you still married?
But yeah, that's a valid question. Don't worry. That's not an offensive question. I understand.
So,
But so basically the selling points was that we were both wanted an open relationship because, as Moshe has noticed before, there is a giver and a taker in an open relationship. And we were amazed that we were both equally wanting an open relationship. And we weren't more of a giver and a taker.
by giver and taker, do you mean one person who wants to go fuck other people and the other person that's willing to accept that?
Who just takes
Right,
it.
got it.
No pun intended,
Okay.
but yeah.
And actually,
and-
no dick taken, actually, because they don't. That's not part of it. Yeah, got it.
Yeah. And so, and also in New York City, where I am right now, it's important to have roommate support. So a secured roommate support is even better.
Okay.
Because we had no reason to get married other than a tax break, which at this point I think is a myth. I don't know for sure
All right.
if that's a thing, but yeah, and the roommate security. And so basically, like, I got crabs really bad, and it made me want.
What the? Supposed to stay in Vegas.
They're supposed to stay in Vegas. Russell, home run. That was a home run.
And so basically, I thought maybe like we should, because you think a condom is enough going crazy, but I guess it's not. So I don't know. It made me want to reassess the open. So I buried the lead. Of course, I'm trying to reassess an open relationship.
Oh, you want to close your open relationship? Is that what
Because
you're
of
saying?
Not
crabs.
really, but just like get it a little less crazy. So maybe some crabs don't walk in.
Got it. Got it.
So you want it to be open, but not you don't want it wide open.
Right.
Yeah, like we have to try to like become less slutty because we are red-blooded American men. I'm gay if people haven't noticed that yet.
What? I thought you meant like your boyfriend as in like your dear friend.
Yeah. So, well, actually, I mean, yeah, he's probably more of a friend than a husband, but that's the way it should be. I don't know.
Now, how old are you, Rhett? How old are you?
36.
Oh yeah, I mean, I said to my gay friend all the time, like, how do you stay in a relationship? Because men innately are horny creatures. I don't give a shit if they're gay, straight, or whatever.
Hence the open relationship, right?
But my buddy Izzy, his boyfriend, I guess soon to be husband, is much older than him. So he's like, well, that's how we avoid it because he's already done everything and I'm not that slutty. So I'm like, well, I guess that works.
Are you talking about Eddie Izzard?
No, a friend of mine, Israel.
Oh.
I swear to God, though,
okay.
Because Rhett, when he said my gay friend Izzy, I was gonna make a joke like you might know him, Rhett, and I didn't make the joke. But then when you started going, are you talking about? I swear, I thought you were about to be like the gay guy Izzy from the. Like I was like, oh, I guess he does.
I thought it was just a celebrity trying to not name drop another celebrity.
No, he's a regular friend of mine, regular person.
Okay.
I feel like what you're asking is.
Oh, what my question was: should I attain more self-respect?
Well, because what I was gonna say.
I don't think this has to do with that.
Yeah, no, I think you're asking kind of. I think what your question is, which is an interesting question, is can an open relationship be on a sliding scale? Can you open up a relationship 20%, or if you open it up, are you just opened up 100% no matter what? How do you have that aperture?
Which was the original selling point, was that we were both very slutty, and we're both very slutty, but it's just kind of having the talks of like, is it too far? Like, what is too far to like, if you're saying, oh no, you can't fuck that person, I think they're dirty. I don't know. Like,
I mean, I've never been in an open relationship.
Yes, you have, and that's a surprise I wanted to introduce you to tonight.
But I really do think that having some sort of boundaries and guidelines would be so helpful, but I don't know what they would be because I feel like I don't know anyone who's in one who it worked.
Russell, have you ever been in an open relationship?
Well, not they didn't know.
I didn't ask Russell, have you ever pretended you were in a monogamous relationship. Yeah.
I've been in many open relationships. Unfortunately, I was the only one that knew I was in
Wait,
it.
there's a great joke, a great old Hedberg joke where he says, I don't have a girlfriend, but I know a girl that would be really upset to hear me say that.
Yeah, right.
This is a similar idea. So that's an interesting question. Once you so did you guys open it with no rules? Like you didn't really communicate? It sounds really like what you did was
Kinda.
you got married to somebody you barely should have even been dating. And then you guys were like, we'll just have fun. And
yeah, we rationalized it because the amount of time we were spending together was like in those 2 months, every day, all day, knowing each other, it was like more time. It was like the same amount of time people probably spend dating in a year because the lockdown, not working and everything made it so like, it's almost like dating on crack.
Right.
It's accelerated the relationship.
Right.
Yeah, it was a condensed year in 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, and then just wanting an adventure because it's like, we could just die at any moment.
Right.
So now I understand the sex revolution and the atom bomb of the 50s, how that everybody was like, no, we could die.
Right.
Let's just go fuck.
I see you've been working on this metaphor, Rhett, because it's the second time you've dropped it. No pun intended.
No, but
I like
Einstein, he is the sex revolution, I think.
Wait, before we get
also,
Rhett. Before we get into your philosophy, let's let our guests respond to your question.
Oh, okay.
First of all, Reddit was E equals MC squared, not E equals KY squared.
Nice.
What do you think, Russell? Do you have any take on this?
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so maybe you get caught out there, right? You got crabs. He must have got crabs and brought them to you. I'm assuming.
Or something. No, I just.
Or you got the crabs and brought it home. Like one of you brought the crabs home.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's not even his
problem. It's much like the Baja Men asked, who brought the crabs home?
Yeah, see, I was the slut. It's not even his problem. So it's like, I can't ask him something when I was more slutty and got the crabs. I don't know.
All right, Rhett, hold on. You just hold on a second. We have noted relationship expert Russell Peters on the podcast. Russell, what's up? Tell us your take.
Okay, Rhett, here's the thing. The way you framed all of this, you made it seem like your husband was the slut who brought in crabs.
That is true.
And you wanted to renege on the deal, but really, you're the whore. So this is easily fixable, Rhett. This is on you.
I know it's like
it's so funny. It's like, how do you shut down an open relationship that you are the primary violator of? It's like, fuck less people. Could that be your solution?
Yeah.
Just pretend it's drugs and just say no. Yeah. You know, just make out with guys if that makes you happy. You don't always have to fuck them.
I think that
it's true.
Russell's right. You revealed yourself. You showed, much like much of New York City, you showed us your ass in the second half of your question. And
at Ty's bar, I've danced there.
Okay, great to know.
Yeah.
But I think that also Natasha hit something good, which is you guys rushed into a relationship through mutual trauma. Everybody's gone through trauma, and it sounds like you've gone through more trauma this year than most people in this pandemic, losing a partner. I mean, that's really tragic. COVID. That's really awful and tragic, and it's not weird that you would make a wild and impulsive decision around love and sex and think you can have your cake and eat it too. And now you're realizing what a lot of people in open relationships realize, which is that you have to communicate really clearly with people, even people that maybe you rushed into a relationship with. So I think Russell and Natasha have the perfect combo of advice, which is like, if it's too crazy, you can shut most of the craziness down by calming down. And if you have a conversation with this guy, you can say, well, we did this open relationship, but we never set any ground rules. Let's talk about it. Let's reassess, let's start again. Tosh?
Yeah. Crabs
or
are red
if you're the only one that notices that this is going wild, you could just curb it yourself without even saying a word to the guy.
That's true.
You got to start with you, Red. It starts with you, Red.
Change starts with you.
Yeah, because I just realized in the whole asking the question that it wasn't his fault. It was mine.
It's sometimes when you say it out loud, it's better.
I know. I think that's what it was all about. That I needed, some of my favorite comedians to tell me.
Great. Tosh, what do you have any thoughts?
I'm proud of you.
Oh, thanks.
I mean, that takes a lot of energy to like get married after something like that. It just feels like you've been through a lot emotionally, and you seem like you have a really good perspective on things. And you can laugh at yourself, and
if nothing else, you get a good screenplay out of this.
Yeah, it probably wasn't that hard because I was raised Mormon and had to escape that, and then come out as gay, moved to New York City, and I was very painfully shy. So that's what made me start to do stand-up comedy, just to try to get better at public speaking.
Got it.
And so that went farther than I thought it was going to. And so basically what I'm trying to say is if people want to listen to the Rhett Seaver podcast.
Well, no problem. And we will be... Rhett, we will be editing that part out of this call.
Okay.
So we appreciate it.
That's fine.
Okay, good luck, honey.
Good luck out there, and good luck getting all of your crabs under control. I've been there. You want to know, I got crabs, and I was living still with my mother, and so I had to tell my mother to take the crabs medication as well. So there are there are levels to this game.
Why did your mom need to take the crab medication?
Because she was in the house with me. I had brought...
How close are you guys?
We were Naples, Florida close, Russell, before the pandemic.
You know, I've had chlamydia twice. It makes you feel any better there, Rhett.
Yeah, I've had... That's
Rhett's
like getting a cold in the gay world.
Rhett's like, oh, bitch, you think that's impressive? Twice?
You know, Rhett, also, you can also try bringing back out the Mormon underwear. That might protect you in New York.
That would be good. Bring Moroni into the bedroom.
Yeah, I never got that far.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Rhett.
And also, in all honesty, talking to your partner, see what he really wants. See where you guys can like mutually understand each other and put out what his ideal relationship is and what yours is. And if it matches, that would be so cool, you know, and then kind of build your own relationship based on that, you know. And I think that you kind of are feeling what your limits are, which are crabs. That's kind of your red flag. And, you know, and
yeah, if we have more orgies, it's both of our faults.
Right. You could do it together. That does sound nice. You say from now on, for a little while, our open relationship will both be in the room at least. It'll be you.
Yeah, you could either tone it down yourself or have him ramp it up a little bit.
Right.
I mean, you can meet in the middle somewhere.
Good luck to you, Rhett.
Right, cool.
Thank you for calling in. We appreciate
Thanks.
you. Have a good
one.
Yeah,
it was awesome. It went way better than I thought because I'm kind of shy, so this went way better.
No, we know you're a comedian. You were trying to kill. We get it. Now we understand your whole personality.
Okay, bye.
Hey, bye, Rhett.
Okay, thank you. Bye. See ya.
Chlamydia, what's that feel like?
It's itchy.
That doesn't sound. So's crabs.
No, it's itchy in your shaft, and the only way you could scratch it is by pushing your chota.
Really?
Ew.
You got to push your taint with your fingers and kind of massage it.
That's how you would scratch it?
That's how you scratch the inside of your shaft. It would give you some sort of really like, oh my God. That feels
oh
good.
my God, that's crazy.
So you kind of have to stay home and scratch your dick, huh?
Well, no, and you get a little bit of a runny dick, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Wow. I do know what you're saying.
And you take a big horse pill and you're good to go. You're good.
I like you said, if you know what I'm saying, but you use the most visceral language possible. It was not a euphemism at all. You have a little bit of dribbling pus from your dick, if you know what I'm getting at. Like, yeah, we get it.
Hey, you know.
You know what I mean. Russell, do you have time to do one more call?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, cool.
What do I got to do? It's fucking
right.
I'm in lockdown at 11:42 on a Saturday night. I mean,
dude, I got to
hold on, guys. I got so many things to do in this room.
I got to tell you, we're in a golden age of getting people on our podcast. By the way, nobody's saying no anymore. Everybody's just like, yeah, I got fucking nothing. Yes,
I got to get you guys on mine.
We'd love to. Absolutely.
I do it in my backyard.
I would love to.
When you're in LA?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And we can we'll finally be able to see maybe the feet of your fiance.
Oh, they're fantastic.
Oh, I can't wait. This is exciting.
They're really beautiful.
Okay.
I'll text you a picture when I get off the phone.
I'll text you a link to Natasha's wiki feet.
I'll just go to it. I know how to get there.
You're already there. I can see you looking off screen.
Oh, wait, I have an important question. Has your girlfriend been getting pedicures?
She's very particular about that. So, yeah.
Okay. Shall we do one more call?
Yeah.
We're going to call Scott in Fort Worth, Texas.
Hello?
Scott, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. You sound good.
We're here with Russell Peters.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
Scott, what's happening? Are you two bowls deep or what's happening?
No, nothing. I'm just shocked.
Oh yeah, well there he is, and he's gonna probably give you the best advice you could possibly have imagined.
Yes, I could imagine.
What's
I'm a regular
happening?
Dr. Phil over here.
What's going on? Why'd you contact us? How can we help?
So, okay, here's my situation. Um, so I graduated school with an engineering degree, and I moved down to like the downtown kind of bar district of where I'm from. Uh, and it felt like I had a lot of money at the time. So naturally, I was down at the bars, meeting a lot of women, whatever. And I met one woman in particular that was 36 years old, and I was 22 at the time. Um, and we ended up, getting along, going on a couple dates, whatever. And cut to a year and a half later, she is 9 months pregnant, and we've been living together for a year. And, you know, uh, she has a 10-year-old daughter that is also living with us.
I want to say something, Scott. She's literally at the end of this pregnancy right now.
Yes.
This could happen any moment.
Right.
Yep.
Russell's like, any advice you need should have been asked for
9 months ago.
I mean, you stepped up and you just have to live in that space now. And
yeah.
Do you love her?
What's that?
Do you love her?
Oh, of course. Yeah, she's awesome, man.
Well, then what's the problem?
Besides the fact that you're a 23-year-old stepfather to a 10-year-old.
Yes.
The good news is you're going to have a lot of energy to play catch with him because you're still learning the game.
I mean, so basically my question is, I kind of skipped my 20s, right?
Sure.
No,
You say no, Russell?
no, you're still in them.
Yeah.
You can't look at it like that. And to be honest with you, Scott, your 20s aren't that great. The fucking 20s sucked. You really become a person after 30.
I agree.
And you really start to figure out who you are at 40. And I'm 51. So after 50, that's when you skip shit. You know what I mean?
Right. And Russell's saying, I think basically that like you don't know yourself till you're 30 and then really know yourself when you're 40. So the perfect time to become a stepfather to a 10-year-old is when you're 23. I think that's what.
Yeah. So you're all growing together.
That's right.
Okay. But look at it from my perspective, I am closer in age to her daughter than I am to her.
Well, don't think about that or ever mention that again in front of her. But
Yes.
But that was very wise, actually, Russell, which is everybody's always worried about not getting their thing, but you're getting what you get. I felt like that with COVID. It's like people go, oh, we had a year of our life robbed from us. I was like, no, we didn't. We had this weird year given to us, and that's what we're dealing with. So, but anyway, we never let you ask your question.
So basically, my question is, did I get cougar trapped? I mean,
I don't think so, Scott. Here's the thing. Here's how you get cougar trapped. You don't love her. You're not into her. That's cougar trapped. But you love this woman.
I've never heard of this term.
I know, but Russell was the perfect person to ask because neither of us knew what you were talking about. But that's really smart. You're totally right.
Yeah, I mean, you're trapped if you're in a shitty situation. I mean, it may not be ideal, but it's not shitty.
And you're attracted to her. She's got her shit together. You like her.
Yes.
You're just gonna have to.
Your mom and her went to school together. This is great.
That's right.
It's been more than ideal, honestly, because she owns a house.
Are you in it?
I don't pay rent anymore, so
But don't try and be cool at the end of the call, Scott. You're in love with her. You're a stepfather to a child that basically you also could hang out with in your regular social life, and you found yourself in this situation. I mean, are you happy?
yes, I'm very happy. She is honestly the best person I've ever met in my whole life. The only thing that is a question is her age.
I mean, you can't change that. And if you did ever want to have kids with her, now would be the time, because any later she's going to give birth to teenagers.
Well, she is pregnant. She is 9 months pregnant, and we are having a kid
When?
in like 2 weeks.
And do you know the gender of the baby?
It's a girl. I'm sitting in the baby girl's room right now.
Nice. Well, look at that.
Well,
look at you complaining in your future child's room.
You should definitely.
Hey, remember to stage that room when the baby comes home.
Yeah, definitely play her when she's old enough. Definitely play her this podcast episode so she can see where your brain was at. You know, what were you going to say, Natasha?
I think fatherhood's going to really help you step it up and not use such immature terms as being cougar trapped. And you chose it, and there are worse things, and I think you guys are going to make it work, and you adore her, and I wouldn't get too hung up on the age difference. It's not that big.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not hung up on it. She is hung up on it.
She needs to get over it.
How does she express some of that?
When we get in arguments about certain things, she will always say, "Well, you're just too young to understand."
Mm.
Well, then she's not wrong.
Right.
I thought she was going to pull rank on you. Like, you guys get into an argument. She goes, "Go tidy your room."
Well, that comes with communication. And, that's a really important thing. So you're learning if you guys have that. Hopefully you do, and you can stay together and raise this kid together. And if you absolutely find that you don't have communication, maybe you'll have to co-parent and, you'll figure it out. But right at this point, it seems like it's romantic enough, and you guys have this love child, and you love each other, and, it's you two against the world.
Yeah, you didn't get cougar trapped. You found yourself in a slightly unusual love situation, but not even that unusual.
And if she's hung up on it and too hung up on it, then you guys will have to part ways. But let her know that it doesn't bother you and that you're a man and you can handle her.
Oh, I like that
Well,
advice.
I did Natasha to say that, break up.
I'm surprised she hasn't told you to break up, to be honest.
No.
She did allude to it.
I think it's because there's a baby involved.
Right. That is.
Yeah, that might be it.
You're getting the much more nurturing Natasha now. It's nurture Legero is what she is.
If you think your relationship is weird, you should have talked to the guy that we just talked to. Okay. It's all good. What you've got going on is a slight age difference, and it's not going to matter once that kid comes. So good luck, Scott.
Can I tell you one thing?
Yeah.
That I told my family about our relationship, my grandmother told me that is completely inappropriate.
Well, wait till your grandmother meets her great-granddaughter. She's going to be like, "I'm sorry I said that to you, son. I'm sorry." She's going to say sorry to you.
I hope so.
I mean, it's not illegal, your age difference, right?
It would have been about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
23 and 36.
No, that's not illegal, Natasha. No.
Why does Why I'm saying Granny's wrong.
Yeah, I hope so.
How old's Grandma? 50? Just kidding.
Yeah.
And you know what? You have
Let
to
me talk to Grandma. She's my age.
And you and your girlfriend have to have a sense of humor about it, because it is fun and funny. And I've dated guys way older than me, and it's like it's fun. Didn't last.
Yeah, we try to. I mean, I have a sense of humor about it, but she is not so funny about it. When I told her I was going on this podcast, she was like, "Well, what do you think is so funny about our relationship?"
Well, I mean, you should get your grandma, your future daughter, and your girlfriend together in a room,
and stepdaughter,
and play them this podcast so they can really kind of get to know who you are, really. Now,
listen, when a guy does it, it's okay. Like, I have two baby mamas. One is 13 years younger than me, and the other one's 18 years younger than me. Now, the one that's 18 years younger than me, her mother was only 2 years older than me. So you see, my situation sucked twice as bad because I would look at the mom like sometimes like, I'd take a run at mom. But,
Yeah, that sounds rough, Russ. I didn't ever think of it from that perspective.
I'll take a run at mom.
Russell's like, you got to have some compassion for me. I'm over here very, very horny for my mother-in-law, so you don't have to worry about that. Former, that's right. Scott, you didn't get cougar trapped. You found love in a slightly unusual way, and it sounds like you are in for a very big adventure. So good luck to you on that adventure.
Well, I appreciate y'all.
And enjoy your baby.
Yeah. Congratulations.
I'm sitting in the baby's room right now.
I was thinking that once that baby comes, all this ridiculous, like, what my grandma said, and she's a little older than me, and like, this is weird. It's all just going to be so usurped by all of the responsibility and all of the like incredible, the positive, the loving adventure you're about to go on. You're not even going to remember this bullshit.
And you're going to fight more because there's a baby, and she's going to know more because she's older and a woman and experienced, and she's done it before. So it's like you're going to have to find a working relationship, something that works for you and her. And if you can't communicate, then, you're going to have to get divorced.
Yes, she said it. Yeah, we think you should get divorced.
You said, Natasha, I mean, like, she's done this before, which is like, it's honestly taking such a burden off my chest. Like, she knows what's going on. Like, for me, it's my first baby, and but it makes me honestly a little bit like less scared knowing that she knows what she's doing.
Scott.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to take her notes. Look, for real. Like, if she starts telling you, like, listen, I'm aware of this, this, and this, you kind of got to take it and go, yeah, you're probably right. And if it's something you're really not sure of, then just take her word for it. But there's going to be moments where she's going to be wrong and you're going to be right.
I think that's so true. And when
I wish Moshe would take Russell's advice. Just listen to what I say and just do what I say, because probably I know more than you.
But you never had a kid. You never had a kid before me. You don't have this experience.
I'm a woman and I'm older than you.
That is true. I should listen to you more. Okay, thanks, Russell.
You're older than him. I know.
Okay, Scott, I do have some advice. I have, now that you say all this and this, I realize because your girl is so much older than you and has done this before, you are in danger of falling into a trap where you're like, she's mom and she knows everything, and I'm just like this boy who's like along for the ride. And you could turn into like a kind of invisible cipher dad where it's like your kid doesn't really get much out of you except like that you're cool. And so my advice for you is to find your identity as a father and start now. Like, start reading books, start reading as much as you can about like fatherhood and what it means to be a dad, so that you can forge your own identity as a father, rather than letting what Russell and Natasha are right to say, somebody who has more knowledge and experience than you, kind of take over and overwhelm your identity as a father. I think you should find out who you actually are and the kind of dad you want to be, and really, really think about it. Not like to like, you get in there and say, I've got responsibilities here too, but more to be like, to forge your own identity as a father. I think that's going to be really important for you.
It's kind of hard because of the age difference. I kind of defer to her about like certain things like that.
But you can defer. I think you can keep deferring. I think they're right. She is wiser than you and smarter than you about this stuff, obviously. But don't defer.
But you're an engineer.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Like, don't defer so much that you disappear, is what I'm saying, Scott. Find your identity. It doesn't mean find your identity so that you can have the say half the time. It means find your identity so you know who you are as a father, and you can be your own kind of father and don't just be like her assistant.
Yeah, that makes sense. But
okay, or don't.
Well, yeah, no, I hear you. It's just hard to do because, I mean, every single suggestion that I make about like even the room that I'm sitting in right now, any suggestion that I make is just kind of pushed to the side. I've done this before, I'm a mom. So,
well, what you got to do is assert yourself and say, hey, listen, I get that. I appreciate that. But I just want to have some input. I want to know that, I'm going to keep suggesting things, because if I don't, you're going to say you're not getting involved. So you got to just keep asserting yourself like that.
And the things that you really do care about, fight for.
Mm-hmm.
But what? Yeah.
What are those? We don't know, Scott. I don't think we can help with that. You're going to have to figure that on your own. It's like, all I was into before was Diplo and smoking dabs, and now I'm going to be a dad. I don't know what to do.
I went from COD to DAD.
Good luck, Scott. We wish you the best.
All right. I appreciate y'all.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Poor Scott looked scared.
I know, he was so scared. Remember when I said find your own identity, he was like, yeah, it's hard though. I was like, okay, man. Good luck. I mean, I guess she's going to inherit a cool dad, probably, right?
I don't know that he's going to be a cool dad, but I think I think you have to start off cool. to be a cool dad.
I know. I mean, yeah, that is a interesting and dicey dynamic.
I don't think the age difference is an issue. I think her attitude about it is. If she's always bringing it up and making him feel awkward about it and throwing it in his face, nobody likes that.
But also I could feel it. He's shrinking into the role that she's assigning him. Every time she says, "You don't know what you're doing, I do," he accepts it and he becomes like tinier and tinier. And like, I don't even think it's about asserting himself, because I don't think he'll ever win the assertion game war. It's about just carving out an identity that doesn't have to do with her, with his child. I'm sure he'll figure it out, and if not, well,
he's young enough to get over it.
He's young enough to start a new family.
Russell, is there more hip hop evolution coming? Are you allowed to talk about that?
No, Hip Hop Evolution they canceled, but
I loved it.
I have a D&D documentary that I'm working
on.
on.
Really? Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and it's almost done, and it's really dope. I'll send you the link. I'll send you the teaser to that too.
Are you guys talking about Dungeons and Dragons?
No. D&D Studios. It's where all the great hip hop was made in the '90s. It was like, Biggie's first album, Biggie's albums, Nas, Jay-Z, Smith and Wesson, everything.
The Hip Hop Evolution. Did you watch it with me?
No.
Something that Russell EP'd and won an Emmy for, right?
Yep, and a Peabody.
Amazing.
Oh man, I gotta watch this.
It's fantastic, and I can't wait to see this too. This sounds so exciting. Russell is.
I'm just sending it to you right now.
I love that.
I haven't texted you in 3 years.
Let's see if it comes through. Oh, and Russell, before we let you go.
Oh yeah, we want to hear about your podcast. What is it exactly?
It's called Culturally Canceled with Russell Peters.
Oh, cool.
I believe it's on iHeartRadio as well as Cloud 10 Media, which I believe is you guys as well.
Woo woo or something like that. I don't know what noise we're supposed to make.
I think we're on the same team, basically.
That's right.
And what do you guys talk about on your podcast?
There's no real direction. It's kind of like, let's just say,
it's kind of like
Scott's, we did ours.
It's kind of like Scott's relationship with his baby mama.
Yeah, it goes wild. But since I'm older than you, I'll just tell you that I'm right. No, we sit in my backyard, we smoke cigars, we drink, we talk. It's really just the three of us hanging out, and I want you to forget that there's microphones there, and we just talk like normal people, and we'll even just catch up. It'll just basically be people be like, oh, that's what they talk about when they're hanging out. Basically, that's what it is.
What are your thoughts on when I do it, not smoking a cigar?
Yeah, you don't have. First of all, you don't have to.
No,
smoke
you.
a cigar.
I don't want you to.
Oh, really?
Well, I don't like the smell of them, even if it's like right next.
That's so rude. What are you?
I'm like, I'll blow it that way.
What are your thoughts about when I do it, a different host?
What about if we actually cancel you, Russell?
He won't smoke a cigar if you put those pedicure wedges between your toes and you're barefoot the whole time.
Yeah, we don't want the pedicure wedges. We don't want them spread.
Oh, you don't like that? Oh, I don't know what you like. I don't know what you're into.
Regular feet.
They need
just acting like feet.
Okay, feet acting like feet. You should have called your podcast that.
Oh wait, do you like any particular? Like, do you like if it's nail polish on it, or do you don't care?
I mean, I like nail polish, but I mean, it's your foot, not mine.
Okay.
Well, she's not getting ready to prepare them for you.
just in case she is. I mean, I don't want her to go in the wrong direction. She's from Illinois, you know.
Oh, there they are. There they are. Russell, is it out already?
Yeah, 3 are. I'm da. There are 3 episodes.
3 episodes.
I think are out already.
Culturally Canceled with Russell Peters. You got to taste him tonight. You're so funny and such a lovely man, and I miss hanging out with you.
Thanks for doing this, Russell. You're so great. We miss you.
Thanks for letting me do it. It was fun.
Awesome. We had a great time with you, and miss seeing you. So hopefully we'll see you in person soon.
And I'm not far from you, I don't imagine.
Okay, well, we will definitely come do that.
Yeah.
We'll figure out some rules with the cigar.
What's that?
Is your phone near you right now?
My phone's upstairs. I tried
to see if my text came through.
I try to leave it so that I don't. No, it's upstairs.
We both don't have our phones.
I'll make sure that it comes through because I have your number, so I'll text you
from our producer.
Russell Peters, ladies and gentlemen, one of the biggest comedians in the world, one of the nicest men, and we appreciate you being here.
Love you,
congrats
Russell.
on everything, guys.
Thank you.
Love you guys.
Love you too.
Okay.
Natasha opened for me 15 years ago.
Oh, is that right?
Natasha.
Yeah.
Wait, did you buy her a Rolex? I've heard you're unusually generous with your openers.
No. It was Natasha and Tom Segura who opened for me, and it was in San Diego.
Nice.
That was fun. You had such. It's always fun when you start out and you open for someone who has like real fans, and you're like, whoa, this is what like a cool audience could be like.
Right.
And then you both killed it after, so who cares?
It was fun.
You did what you were supposed to do, and you're both where you recognizably should be.
Thank you.
Heck yeah. Russell, thanks again, dude. Appreciate you.
Okay, we'll see
Thanks,
you in
kids.
LA.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Happy quarantine. That's the same hotel Sabrina's in.
Oh, is that right? She's like down. That's so funny. We had 2 Endless Honeymoon podcast guests in the same hotel at the same time. What a world. It did actually blow my mind. And I think it was very weird that everybody brushed past it. That literally everybody on the podcast tonight had a marriage ceremony at the same chapel in Las Vegas.
I love it.
We should focus on that. And that web series was called The Honeymoon Tour, which led to us going on the road together and working out the 2-person act we did, which led to the Netflix special, which led to us deciding to do this podcast. So that was a very significant moment in our lives.
Synchronicity, honey.
Synchronicity indeed. Sabrina, Russell, what was the guy's name? Rhett from the Rhett Burbank podcast, and the 2 of us finding each other and loving each other because Natasha,
yes,
I love you.
I love you too.